Hey everyone, welcome to Horrible Gaming. On today's video, we are finally tackling some villager homes. Many of you have been requesting on how to incorporate your villager homes and the stores that we get onto your city core islands, and I'm hoping that on this island that we are now starting and finally working on, we can actually accommodate to all of those requests. Before we get started, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that like, subscribe, and notify button if you want to see more content like this in the future. If you're new to City Core, I definitely recommend checking out my other YouTube videos as we go through a lot of different tutorials, a lot of different Animal Crossing themes that may inspire you to finally pick up that console and start working on your island. Today we are using Colin Crossing's new beautiful light colored roads. I'll have the code listed in the video's description as well as his Instagram account if you want to go check him out. I use Colin Crossing's road codes quite a bit on my channel. They're just super detailed and realistic, so if you're into that kind of vibe, definitely go grab this code and check out his other road designs that he has also posted and shared too. And I decided to go with the lighter road on the tropical city now because I just love how it gives a more bright and happy and just beachy vibe in general. And I think that's going to be my new approach with this, a very beachy and colorful driftwood like vibed town. I think that's the style that will suit this theme the best. I don't want it to be too overpowering with color, even though obviously tropical cities are very colorful and vibrant. This feels like a little more of a softer approach to it, which I'm really enjoying more personally. And I've actually already done quite a bit of building already on this island the last day, so you'll see my progress once we get the main villager neighborhood done. I also want to add that my centerpiece for this cul-de-sac is inspired by my lovely friend April. April has been helping me out with a ton of different realistic stores, and just her code designs are incredible in general, so make sure you go check out April, give her some love on Instagram. And I also want to add too that I am challenging myself for once by doing actual areas dedicated to my villagers. I never do that. Many of you know that I kind of just throw my villagers everywhere and just hope for the best. But I know that a lot of you don't play the game like I do. I don't even play Animal Crossing the way it should be played. And you need something functional so you can talk to your villagers, give them presents, and just, get to them easier. So we are going to be trying to make this island actually more realistic for just playing in general. And I also want to kind of make this into my personal island. I can't remember the last time that I had a personal island since the game release. So I want to put a lot of effort and dedication into this as if I didn't have the luxury of restarting 24/7 to do different themes. So this island is just going to have a lot more realistic approaches just for, general gameplay. So hopefully this helps somebody out. I'm going to try to document my play as much as possible, so we might not have like a constant tutorial base with this island like we usually do. It'll kind of be handled, I honestly think, a lot like my nighttime city that we just finished. Like I'll do my progressions on each tutorial that we do that is worth it, and you'll see how the transitions are developing. So I also want to add to that, for example, the cul-de-sac that we're doing, I've done this style a lot of times on many of my city core islands, and as you can see, this kind of look has made it on my Japanese islands, my realistic city, the list goes on. So if you're not doing a tropical island, do not just skip the tropical videos because of that, because you'll get some layout ideas for your own island even if you're doing a different theme. So I definitely recommend, again, watching each video that I post, because we do talk about a lot of city core tips and basics and all that good stuff. If you are new to city core islands, it's just very useful to watch all these videos for that reason. I also want to encourage you to also check out my road placing tutorials if you are new to city core 2. It'll break down basically the basics on how to use a road in general like we're using today, and also how to identify these pieces inside MA codes. I know that that can always be super overwhelming, so I have a lot of videos on that you can go definitely check out. The roads that we are showcasing in these videos, by the way, are not the same that we're using obviously today, but it is the same method and approach that you'll need for any road code. So it doesn't even matter if it's not, like the old road code that Colin Crossing had. It still applies to all roads that use angles like this. So I hope that this helps you out if you're new to City Core. And again, I want to welcome all the new people who have recently been joining my channel. I see we have a lot of new faces, so I want to say thank you again for all the support. I can't believe we've hit 23K subscribers. My next goal is 50K subscribers. So let's totally hit that next goal, and definitely subscribe if you haven't yet. It really does help me out. So with the villager homes, I all want them to have a very similar vibe, but I want each villager home to feel different too. You can decorate this however you choose to, especially if you like to do certain decor for each villager style, but I'm just going to keep it very simple and beachy and tropical. I want to try to make this not super laggy, and I think that's a mistake a lot of people do when they are trying to decorate for villager homes and just on city core in general. I mean, I've made this mistake by cluttering way too much, then your island just loads like crazy and it's super hard to look at. And one of the biggest things I've learned through all of my city core building is spacing things out and try not to clutter as much as possible in each spot. If you visit my recent dream address, you'll see that there's literally hardly any lag. I honestly think there's none, if I remember correctly, because I remember building on it and seeing no lag whatsoever. Then if you go to my very first city core island, you'll notice that the lag is awful. It's like not an enjoyable experience to visit my very first island. Alright, so now that our cul-de-sac is finally finished and I added all the final details that I wanted to it, let's do a quick walkthrough of my progress. I'm not sure what I'm doing in that empty space yet, but over here I recreated my surf shop build. If you want to learn how to make this, I'll have the video linked to it in the video's description. I ended up bringing back the angled highway from my old tropical trial from like several weeks ago. I've been redoing this tropical quite a bit, so if you want to steal some transition ideas and entry ideas to put them on your island, feel free to, but I finally decided I'm going to stop being picky and we're just going to go with the original layout with some improvements. Then you go up here and this is the villager cul-de-sac. I have no idea what I'm doing behind it quite yet. I'm probably going to do maybe some terraform and a transition up there. I like that it's near the edge of my map, which is a perfect opportunity to finally recreate those tropical boats that we did on a previous stream. If you're not sure what I mean by those, I'll also have that stream too linked in the video's description. I'm wanting to implement that build back onto the tropical island as it suits the beachy vibe very well. Then we go back over towards the entry, which I still have a long ways to go decorating wise, and I have this angled road going right here. Not sure where this is gonna go yet. Maybe it'll lead up to a hotel and some shops, but yeah, that's my island progress. I hope that this video brought you a ton of inspiration. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.